This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. The holidays are over, the decorations are down, and suddenly everything feels a little empty. It's normal to feel the winter blues after the holiday excitement. January, February, and March are by far my least favorite months of the year. It's cold and dark, and I have to get some extra vitamin D on board. I also need to keep my regular scheduled appointments with my therapist. So if you're feeling that post-holiday funk, I definitely suggest you checking out BetterHelp because maybe it's time to talk. You might also be one of those people like me who makes New Year's resolutions and you get super motivated. So maybe you need someone behind you to hold you accountable and come up with a plan to meet your goals. BetterHelp is super convenient, totally online. You have a therapist right at your fingertips whenever you need them. So head over to betterhelp.com/wifeofcrime1 to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/wifeofcrime1 for 10% off your first month.
Be honest. When's the last time you had a homemade meal? We get it. Between meetings, workout classes, and the kids' after-school sports, who's got time to cook? That's where HelloFresh comes in. No matter how busy you get, HelloFresh has everything you need to get an easy, home-cooked meal on the table. With flavor-packed recipes like Parmesan herb-crusted salmon, you'll be filling your kitchen with the cozy aromas of a homemade meal in no time. So go ahead, try HelloFresh. It's homemade, made easy. Learn more at HelloFresh.com.
So, Russ.
Bonus episode.
Yep, we got a bonus episode. It's called Start Spreading the News.
I got time for that.
Well, we both looked up news articles to talk about.
I forgot.
Of course you did. Very typical.
But we'll use yours.
All right, well, let's see how it goes.
Here we go.
Hi, hello, everyone. Welcome to something that we never told anyone we were going to do, but we've been talking about possibly doing, and we'll see if we like it. It's called Start Spreading the News.
That's what we're going to go with?
Yeah, we're calling it Start Spreading the News. Get it? Because we're in New York and Frank Sinatra. Start spreading the news.
Well, maybe you should tell people what this is after you give them the name.
So our plan is to do a monthly segment called Start Spreading the News, where we just look up random weird news and talk about it. Because, you know, true crime, you're going to get that from us twice a month. And in the beginning of the episodes, we talk about true crime news a lot. But there's a lot of other weird shit going on in the world.
Yeah.
And I feel like we could talk about and have a good time with. Especially because everyone's like, oh my God, you're bi-weekly. Can you give us more episodes? So,
Well, I'd love to give you guys an episode a week, but my boss wants me to go to work.
yeah, same.
Rat bastards.
So we're going to try this out, see how it goes. I have some articles that I've been screenshotting throughout the month. So I think we're just going to do it like at the end of every month and take a compilation of a bunch of strange news throughout the month and talk about it.
All right. Well, what do you got?
So, first of all, I want to bring up the fact, something that we fought very hard for on our social media, is for Poppy to be freed. Mr. Jose Alba from Washington Heights, he got attacked by a guy who was a 37-year-old dude whose girlfriend wanted a bag of chips and she didn't have enough money and they wanted... I know, it's like so ridiculous.
I'm laughing because she was all that and a bag of chips.
Clearly she wasn't, because homegirl couldn't even afford a $2 bag of chips. And then they fought with the bodega owner, Mr. Jose Alba.
You want to hear something super crazy?
The
other day, Jess went to the store.
Mm-hmm.
She came back, and sat down. And she handed me a bag of chips. She bought a bag of chips that was $7.
Well, that's how much they cost now.
Nah, there's $2 bags.
There are $2 bags.
So why didn't you get one?
at the time, at the deli I went to be honest with you, the deli I went to had no $2 bags left. Everyone bought them.
So that means we don't eat chips that are $7 a bag. Those are too good. I'm not good enough for a bag of $7 chips.
Okay. Well, listen.
Okay.
So the girl wanted a discount on her chips.
I
And
thought she wanted it for free.
she wanted a discount because she didn't have enough money. I think she was short. And clearly, he's not going to do that. He's the owner of the bodega and he has to make money. And we're in inflation right now.
Was he
And
an owner or a worker? Well, I'm
no,
not
he
sure.
was the owner. I know for a fact he was an owner. I looked it up. And he was like, no, I'm not giving you the chips. I'm not giving you a discount on the chips. That's it. And her boyfriend came around the counter and started attacking him. And he's an older gentleman. He's old. And this dude's 37. So what did Poppy do?
He stabbed the shit out of
He
him.
stabbed the shit out of him.
And you know, I thought it was messed up that he even went to jail in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they should have thought about it. Instead of automatically lock someone up, you have the video too.
Mm-hmm.
You see he was defending himself. Let him sit at home while you figure it out before you throw the man in Rikers. Who knows what could have happened to him now?
I know. Well, we did a poll on our story on Instagram about this case. And I think the poll came back 97% of people agreed that free Poppy, because we said free Poppy or murder is murder, go to jail.
Nah, that wasn't murder.
And a couple people said murder is murder, bro. They're cold as ice. They wanted to throw him in jail.
I think people that clicked murder is murder probably haven't been through many situations in their life. They just probably live a good, peaceful life.
Maybe.
And just, no, it's bad.
That's how they talk. Well, I'm happy to report that Jose Alba is free. The DA dropped the murder charges on him, and he deserves to be free. He probably came to this country. He tried to build a life for himself in the Heights. He has his bodega, his store. He works hard. I guarantee he's there every day. Guaranteed. Open to close.
Now, he probably has to sell the store or something, because if that person lived around there, family ain't going to take it kindly that he stabbed him.
That's true. That's a good point. No, he probably... That
can't go back
person
to
might
that
have,
store.
lived in the neighborhood. That's true.
He don't live there no more.
Oh, jeez. Well, speaking of bodegas...
Just backpedaled out of that one slowly.
Speaking of bodegas, another story from New York.
Speaking of bodegas,
wait, hold
I
on.
made a chopped cheese today at home.
You did, yes. But first of all, let's talk really quick because, something that I think, I know because I'm not from here originally, but something I feel like a lot of New Yorkers don't understand is that outside of New York, life is very different. Like there's no such thing as bodegas outside of New York. And delis exist outside of New York, but they're not the same. And bodegas are strictly New York lifestyle. They don't exist in other parts of America. So I think people don't realize this, number one. Okay. They don't understand the concept of a bodega and how it works. And the whole just the whole structure of it.
It's a convenience store. They don't have everything and every brand, but it's convenient where you're running there, you grab the shit you really need and you dip. You're on your way home. You don't have to get in line in a supermarket. You don't even, if you know how much something is, you hold it in the air, drop the money on the counter and keep walking. There's no talking needed.
Yeah, it's true. You don't even have to talk. No customer service is necessary here. But the thing that's different about bodegas than other convenience stores, because other parts of the country have Royal Farms, Rofo is huge in Maryland and Baltimore.
Never heard of Royal Farm.
Huge in Maryland. They have the best fried chicken, by the way. What else? There's other Wawas. Wawas are big convenience stores.
They got those in Jersey.
7-Elevens.
We got a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
7-Eleven's whack, though.
But that's what I'm about to say.
They sell burnt hot dogs.
Bodegas are different because they have a grill. They have a giant menu. I mean, you can get breakfast, lunch, dinner, midnight snacks. You can get anything from a bodega as far as
condoms, hookahs,
yeah,
bongs.
You can get those blue pills that make you be able to have sex for days and days.
You get the sex pills, the ones with the rhinoceros on it. And let me tell you, they work.
You can literally get anything from a bodega. Anything.
But they give you bad heartburn. Be careful.
So outside of this state, the city even, I don't know if people realize that it's like a convenience store on steroids. And
A lot of times they're smaller than other stores too, but they just got everything.
they do. Beer, they got everything. And people, they're staples in neighborhoods here. You can't live without them here.
Oh, that's true.
They're highly important. Very, very, very revered, I feel like. People love bodegas.
They're like, it's like we use our bodegas how people in other countries that wear thong sandals and drive pickup trucks with American flags on the back, how they use Walmarts.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
Walmarts are 24 hours. And when I was away for work last summer, I was right across the street from a Walmart. And I used to go there all the time. And I even had the privilege of seeing a full fist fight. It was amazing.
Things you've seen on World Star.
I was so happy. I was like, look, these bitches, it was two women. I was like, these bitches are kicking each other's ass.
That's funny. Yeah, so
You just drooled all over yourself.
I just took a sip and it literally just went all down my chin. Anyways, all right, I just wanted to preface this next story with that for people who aren't from here. So this dude named Griffin Green, he's from somewhere. I don't know, guys. I think like Wisconsin.
I know where he's from.
Where?
Clown Town.
Wait, he's from
He's a clown.
somewhere in the Midwest, like Wisconsin or something.
I saw this Instagram.
Yes. And he comes to New York. He moves to New York for work. He moves to the South Bronx, which still is has its rough places.
And right off the jump, you already know his money's low because he moved to the South Bronx to try to save money.
Instead of moving to Manhattan.
And the South Bronx is not cheap to rent right now, for the record, but it's cheaper than all the other places.
Yeah, I think in the South Bronx, you can't find a one-bedroom apartment for less than $2,500. You can't even find it. I don't
That's
think it
not true.
exists. Really?
Because you're talking right by the bridge over there where they're kind of building it up.
Oh, yeah.
You go a little further down towards the park over there. What is it? St. Mary's Park. And, it's... You still have trouble over there, but you can still shop in VIM, and get like some cheap sneakers. But
Nobody knows what that is.
Yeah, you can get clothes and stuff. You probably could dress like 90s hip hop. And that's where like people that think they're cool buy the Jordans that are the Jumpman Jordans, and they think they have Jordans. Don't do that either. Like, there's only like a certain number of Jordans. They have to be the actual Jordans. And
They're
only
numbered.
Yeah, they're only good up to like number 14 or so, or 13. After that, they're all clown shoes.
Well, Russ the stylist speaks, so take your style advice from him.
And if you can, make sure you get the original colors. Don't really try to get like the whack colors that just sit on the shelves for a while. They're on the shelf still for sale for a reason.
Yeah, then you're gonna look like Soulja Boy.
Yo.
Soulja Boy has like the weirdest color. He has all the whack colored sneakers.
Yeah.
He's funny though. He cracks me up.
I love Soulja Boy.
He's a really
Don't
funny
mess
person.
with Big Soulja. Big
No.
Draco will come through. You ever
just-
see him on Instagram?
Yes,
He's ridiculous.
it's so ridiculous. So
He
anyway,
yells at everyone. He was yelling at Kanye for taking his verse off of Kanye's album. He's like, you asked me for a verse and take it off of your song? You called me. With a lot of N-bombs in between, too.
Yeah.
But it's fucking hilarious.
So this guy, Griffin Green, moves to the South Bronx, all right? He's completely out of his element. He moves there, and he makes this stupid TikTok video.
Multiple TikToks
Where he goes viral, and he's like, dude, I just want to go to a Kroger. Like, I just want a Kroger. I want to go to a real grocery store. And it's like, bro, there are real grocery stores around, but you can't necessarily just walk to them from wherever apartment you're at. What you have is a grocery store, and then you have multiple bodegas in the vicinity.
And he was shitting on the bodega.
Oh, yeah, he was talking so much shit. He walked in, he was like, look at this shit. I don't even know what I'm going to buy. I'm just going to buy a Kool-Aid and a bag of chips. I
wanted to slap the shit out of him.
Yeah, he was annoying.
Like, I'm pretty chill nowadays. I'm getting a little old. I'm gaining a little weight. Got a couple gray hairs. I'm chill. But I wanted to slap the shit out of him, or I was hoping someone robbed him on the fucking thing.
Well, because the point is like, it's like walking into a different place, someone else's culture, and like completely shitting on it. And this isn't how things are done here. Like, you have to adapt to your environment. Like, if we moved out to somewhere in the middle of nowhere, we'd have to adapt to the fact that there are no delis, and we have to go to Walmart for everything, and we have to go to big grocery stores for everything. That's how it works in other places.
I would definitely complain about their pizza.
Probably. But would you, I mean...
But everyone knows that
New York has
New
the
York
best pizza.
has the best pizza.
So, he makes these TikTok videos making fun of bodegas, talking a lot of shit, and he gets fired.
Good.
From his job.
He shouldn't have got fired, but
Yeah.
I'm glad he did.
Yeah.
And I also think
I wonder if he moved back.
he should
to
be banned
wherever he
from
came
New York. He shouldn't be allowed back in.
No, you're not allowed.
No.
Kick him out of the city.
No, I'm the mayor. You gotta go. The circus is banned in New York now. If you ever noticed, Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus.
I didn't know
because
that.
the animals.
Oh, I didn't know
So
that.
since that happened, we no longer allow clowns in New York either. So he gotta go.
I didn't know that the circus was banned.
Well, it's the animal thing, you know.
No, I know.
don't
I know, but I didn't know they were banned.
elephants
here.
don't want to be there. I think
I'm sure they don't.
they formed a union, and
And we're big on unions here in New York. Unions are king here.
well, unions help you. Well, the elephants didn't really form a union, Jess.
I know, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Dummy.
the monkeys did, and the lions.
I know that.
No, but unions are good because they get you good pay in New York.
Yeah,
Some of them.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Some of them. So yeah, that dude got fired. But I was curious if you thought. I mean, I know that you have feelings about him because you watched his videos and you
He's a
you were
turd.
pissed. He's a total turd. I even wrote it. Look, speaking of bodegas, a turd named Griffin Green. I even wrote that
Wow.
down.
I wish that I would have been watching that video and I would have been the guy that's in the back when he's asking for food.
Mhm.
I would have took his bread and wiped my balls with it.
Oh God.
Definitely.
Ew.
He would have had a ball cheese sandwich.
Ew. Like, did you ever see the movie Waiting?
Yeah.
It was like that when Dane Cook, he was the line cook.
I
And
don't
the
remember
lady
it that
complained
much.
about her steak, and they did all this nasty stuff to her food. Ugh.
The dude got fired, right? I wonder what kind of job he had.
Oh, yeah. The dude got fired, and I think he worked for a tech company. Do you agree? So you don't agree he should have got fired?
He probably shouldn't have got fired, but I wanted him to get fired.
Yeah. But I feel like, I mean, yes, he's a clown. He's a turd sandwich. I hope he's back in whatever state he came from.
Yeah, tying his sweater over his shoulders with his polo and boat shoes.
I hope he's back in his Kroger, bro, because that's how he said it. He's like, I want a Kroger. Where's the Krogers? We don't even have Krogers here.
Somebody said, where's the Kroger? If you would ask someone, where's the Kroger? They said, stop fucking talking to me.
Yeah, they would.
I'm like, you got Google on your phone. Stop talking to me. I hate when people ask me for directions, especially in a place where there's a lot of service.
Yeah.
And I hate when people give me directions every time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you're leaving here, take this road and this road and this. I'm like, bro,
I have GPS.
I have a phone. I'm going to take the blue line all the way home.
So you don't think he should have been fired even though you're happy he was?
No, I don't think he should have been fired, but I just don't want him here or to work again. I think he should be homeless the rest of his life and be forced to eat ramen noodles from bodegas.
Yeah.
Oodles and noodles all day, son.
Ramen noodles.
Not
That's a
even.
good
Those
call.
are probably too good for him. Maybe he could eat like, what's the worst thing
that you can eat
at a bodega?
At a bodega. I don't know, because all the food's good there.
The mouse that the cat catches that
Ugh.
sleeps on the bread?
There's always a cat in a bodega.
Because they keep the mice out.
They do. So that's not another thing to realize. You'll be in a bodega in New York. You'll walk through. You'll see this random cat in there. He'll be asleep, on the shelf.
He works there.
Yeah, he'll be walking through the aisles. That's his home.
He works. That's his job.
Yeah, his job is to keep the mice out because here mice are everywhere.
And unlike New York people, the cats are always friendly.
Yeah, that's true. You can pet them. They are always friendly. They're used to people.
Yeah, but New Yorkers aren't necessarily friendly, but we're very efficient.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to waste your time like my neighbor across the way that doesn't shut the fuck up. He probably listens because some of our neighbors know now about this pod. Like, it's growing enough where, like, people
know. I know.
But if you hear me, let's keep small talk to a minimum, buddy.
Yeah. Russ really, really just likes to do the little head bob, half smile head bob.
I want to be
Keep
a
it
wave
moving.
neighbor. I want to, like, every time we see each other, I give you a nice wave.
Mm-hmm.
And I also stop saying how you doing because some people are rude enough to actually answer that question. Like, that's not a fucking question. That's a statement. How you doing means, like, hello.
So you just want people to say good.
I want them to ignore me.
Yeah.
And so this way, be like, oh, good, he's down with ignoring people too. At least he was a dick first.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to be a wave neighbor?
I don't mind small talk, but I like it to be, maybe like 3-4 minutes or less.
Bro, sometimes I'm busy. First of all,
Well, yeah, if I have something to do, I don't
this
want to
one-
stand there and talk.
this one, he's going to listen to this shit, I know. It's going to be so awkward. So this one, I'm going running because we go running at this track next door. And so be it, this motherfucker's walking the same way with the yappiest dog of all
He's
time.
definitely going to hear this.
So the worst part of his yappy dog is that when you have a conversation with him, not only do I not want to talk, is that every other word he can't hear because his dog is yapping. So I have to always repeat myself. Like, what? What? And I always go, never mind. Every time. So then we're walking to the track. He's trying to tell me how to eat. And he's not even in good shape.
Oh, he's trying to tell you how to eat to lose weight?
Yeah, first of all, I'm not fat. I'm just, not, I gained a few pounds. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a little overweight. So then, we're talking, and the conversation leads everywhere. And then I'm trying to jog away. So I take, first I take my shirt off, because I like to rip my shirt off. But I do it in an area no one is, because I don't want to make other people feel bad about their physiques.
Oh, God. You're so stupid.
So I take my shirt off, and I think he's going to leave, because he assumes, and I put it down.
Yeah, because you're you're ready to run now.
I stretch a little
Yeah.
to let him finish his boring ass story. I was being so nice. I don't even know what the story's about. But the last thing, as I'm jogging away, he doesn't stop. And then he's telling me about the last thing I heard him say, because it's always useless information, is I can...
Because I can just imagine you just start running.
Yeah, I'm jogging, but he's still talking. And the last words I heard him say, besides it was Charlie Brown, wah, 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 wah. The last thing I heard him say, this is why I remember this, or I probably would have forgot. I can eat 8 White Castle hamburgers was the last thing I heard. And I was like, who does this to people?
And then you just jogged.
He was still talking a little, but that's the last thing I heard him say. And I was like, I just put my headphones on and I had to go.
Wow.
And then I was thinking, he was walking the opposite way on the track. I'm like, we're going to cross each other 2-3 times.
Yeah, and he's going to try to talk. You're literally sweating, running, and he's going to start trying to talk to you again.
I would never do that to someone.
Yeah.
It's so rude.
Yeah, it is pretty rude.
I don't mind, hey, what's up? Oh, the weather's good today. Yeah, man, finally nice out. And you keep it fucking moving.
I think some people just don't pick up on social cues. That's it. It's just they don't understand when to cut something off. They just don't pick up on social cues.
I probably don't either, because I cut stuff off way soon. But I've decided recently, I think I'm just going to tell people I don't want to talk, and that's it. I'm I don't want to talk anymore, and then just walk away.
It's so rude.
I know, but
so rude.
But they're being rude.
You're gonna make people so uncomfortable.
They're being rude to me first. So who's gonna win the rude battle? I think I'm gonna have to be the rude boy.
Oh God, rude boy.
Yeah.
Rude boy. From what's her name?
I eat 8 White Castle burgers. Why are you even telling me this? Maybe if you had one and you were going to share, hey, I have a sack of 20, I only eat 8. You want these other 12?
Yeah.
Then all right. And
That makes sense.
I would have said no, because I don't like accepting stuff from people. It makes me very uncomfortable. And I also don't like people handing me
You
things.
have a lot of things that make you very uncomfortable. You do have a lot of weird tics that I don't think you realize is weird.
I don't like people handing me things, and I know that's weird.
He doesn't like anyone handing him things.
I hate it. I'd rather you put it down and I'll pick it up.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work I won't tell anyone. Now
Now everyone
thousands of people know. If you ever see me, don't hand me shit.
just put it on the table and then he'll pick it up off the table. I wonder if there's other people out there who have this weird
Well, you're really
thing.
bad at handing stuff.
But no, you don't.
You cover the whole thing.
You don't like being handed things from anybody, though, not just me.
Well, because a lot of times, people go like that, then you go up, down, and and then sometimes when you hand people stuff, you kind of touch their hand some, and first of all, if I'm touching your hand, you're not leaving enough space on the object for me to grab it.
I just feel like you're thinking so deep about this. Well,
why
all
did I
right.
talk so much?
I got another story. So
I hope he doesn't listen to this.
I know, right? Last year, Save More Money was the most popular New Year's resolution in America. Clearly, a lot of us feel like our money is slipping through our fingers. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not the best saver, and I don't know much about investing until I started saving and investing with Acorns. Turns out you don't have to be an expert at all because Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that fits you and your money goals. And I always thought that when people say, ooh, I invest in stocks, that they had a ton of money or something. Well, you don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you invest with the spare money you've got right now. You can literally start with $5. And you know you guys are spending that at Starbucks on these fancy lattes. So skip the coffee and invest with Acorns. You don't even need a ton of time. Like you can just sign up and start investing within 5 minutes. Head over to acorns.com/wifeofcrime or download the Acorns app to start saving and investing for your future today. That's acorns.com/wifeofcrime. You guys already know because we have been talking about them for a while now. Viia Hemp is by far one of our favorite sponsors we've ever had, okay? We use their products all the time. Maybe you're a little like me. You're a little anxious. You have a hard time settling down. You're kind of wound up a lot. If that's you, Viia Hemp products are for you. Check out their website. You will find something that speaks to you. Maybe you're like Russ. You have a hard time sleeping because you have bad nerve pain or chronic pain. Then Viia Hemp is for you because their gummies will help you get some quality sleep. Maybe you're looking to have a really good time. Maybe you just really like edibles. You want to laugh. You want to get the munchies. You want to watch a movie and have a really strong belly laugh. Then Viia Hemp products are for you, okay? They're literally for everybody. So head over to viiahemp.com, promo code wifeofcrime1 to get 15% off your first order. That's VIIAHEMP.com. wifeofcrime1 for 15% off your first order. So there was a 37-year-old woman named Marivone Rocha Moraes. I think she's from Brazil.
I can't wait for the internet to be like, you mispronounced her name.
If they're definitely going to say that because I definitely mispronounced it. I butchered it, but I don't really know how to say it with a Portuguese accent. So
if you ever if you ever like correct someone for like the way a name is said, like you're an idiot. Like,
well, no, that's not true.
No, in most cases, like something like this in a meaningless, this is probably gonna be a funny story.
Well, so she's from Brazil, and she was complaining to her mom that she always had at like family gatherings and dances and stuff. She never had anybody to dance with, and she was very lonely. So her mom made her a life-size ragdoll man and they named him Marcello. So she made this for her daughter, and she says that as soon as she saw Marcello, she fell deeply in love, and they ended up getting married. And they had a wedding with 250 guests. So, like, I thought, and she was, like, really pissed off. Like, I'm really tired of people not thinking this is real. Like, this is real. So, in my mind, I'm like, imagine being one of those wedding guests. Like, you get an invitation. Oh, you know, this girl's marrying Marcello, whatever. And you show up, and it's this life-size rag doll.
I would have... See... It wouldn't make a difference to me if she was marrying a rag doll or a person, because I'd be like, either way, God damn it, I gotta go to this gathering.
I love weddings. They're so fun.
They're fun.
I have a fun time.
I hate going everywhere, but wherever I go, I usually end up having a good time.
But can you imagine being in the ceremony and like trying to act like you're taking it seriously and like trying to be like not laugh the entire time? Plus, Marcello looks like a rag doll. It's not like he looks like one of those real dolls, like the plastic dolls with the orifices that people buy.
My only question is, does this thing have a penis?
No, I don't think so. He's a rag doll and the mom made him. So I don't think so. Unless she rigged it up herself. I mean, possibly after her mom gave it to her, she like did a little,
fidgeting?
Little rigging it up, with another toy, like a fake toy, and put it on him. I don't know. So she had this wedding. 250 guests came.
Damn it, so she paid for it alone because the ragdoll doesn't have parents.
Yeah, he doesn't have parents and he doesn't have a job. So she paid for this wedding, or her parents did. Who knows?
No way her parents paid.
She then states that a couple weeks later, she became pregnant with his baby. And she had a pretty painless birth. It lasted about 35 minutes. And she says that her birth of her baby was painless. And he's a little baby ragdoll.
Did she fake scream like, push, push? And then she like pulled it out of her drawers.
I don't know. But it's so bizarre, right?
There's a good scary movie twist here.
So bizarre. And then, you know.
This is like Psycho, where his mom's dead and like he like
yeah, mm-hmm.
like he plays like she's alive and he talks to her and shit.
Yeah, it's odd. So she has a baby now with Marcello, and she had a couple of the article that I read, a couple of quotes in there. When she was talking about her husband, she says, quote, "He doesn't fight with me. He doesn't argue. He completely understands me."
Maybe I need a ragdoll because Jess,
I thought the same thing.
will fight tooth and nail.
And then another quote.
After this, she's like, "You shouldn't have said that on the podcast. We're happy.
We are happy.
We are happy."
No, but I will fight you 100%. You're a strong personality.
Look at your face.
Bro, you're a strong personality. It's not like you're tough.
But I don't fight. I just say, please don't do that to me.
Yeah, okay. So then another quote, she says...
Someone call 911. I'm being held here without my consent.
Another quote, she says, he has many great qualities. The only downside is he's lazy. He doesn't work at all. So I just thought when I was reading this article, I'm going to post it. Obviously, I'm going to post all these articles so you guys can look at everything we're talking about. But
the doll's like super white. Like it's like
he looks
white
like
cloth.
a legit rag doll. He doesn't even look like a fake man. Like he looks like a real rag doll. So, yeah, when I was reading it, it's honestly creepy. I'm not going to lie. I was creeped out by the entire thing. I thought it was super creepy. And I was trying to imagine being in the wedding ceremony as like a guest, like how I would even act.
I'd be bored just like every other wedding. Like, God damn it, Jess is dragging me to another wedding. And then I'm like...
You always have fun. Weddings are fun. You get free food, you get drinks, you get to party, you have a DJ, everyone dances. I love dancing, so I have a great time at weddings.
I don't dance. And, you know, now that, like, I'm employed, and people are like, oh, let's go, it's free food and drinks.
You act like you were unemployed for a long time.
No, but
You've been employed since you were 18.
But now that I'm, like, gainfully employed, and, like, you know, I have money, you can't seduce me with free food and drinks. I can pay for food and drinks. Now, if you said, yo, well, you go to the wedding, you get a free car, I'm like, oh, shit, I'm in. But, like, you're not giving me anything, like...
Whatever.
Like, if I
Stop
go...
being such a Debbie
like, if
Downer.
I go out, right? Like, idiots that think their jobs care about them, that treat them bad all the time, and then buy them a little bit of food sometimes. Like, that's such a trick. Like, no, how about just give me a raise? Like,
or just have fun. You got invited to a wedding. Go and enjoy the time and have a good time. And stop being a Debbie Downer about it. You sound like Carl from the show Idiot Abroad.
I like Carl.
I love Carl, but Carl is you. You are Carl.
He's a good person.
You guys are very similar. If you guys haven't watched Idiot Abroad with Ricky Gervais, it's hilarious. And Russ is the New York version of Carl.
Well, I think...
But you don't even call him Carl. You call him Carl.
Whatever. I think... Whatever. You say Beggo.
Carl.
I don't think it's funny.
It's hilarious.
I don't think he's doing anything wrong. People just always impose, and you're like, wait, I would never do this to you. Why are you?
He agreed to go on a show to travel the world.
Well,
and
I
the
would
whole
do that.
time he's there, he's complaining about it.
No, it's really good because, like, people, like, look at, like, a monument that's supposed to be beautiful, and he goes, it's not that nice.
Yeah.
That'd be me. I'm like, what's the big deal?
Yeah, it would be you. That's why I said you are Carl. So, all right, I got another article for you.
Okay.
This is our last article, though.
Maybe not. Maybe I'll just scroll on the phone and find something.
So, a 50-year-old man from Iran, you know, him and his wife go to the ER because he's apparently been constipated for a while. So, he goes to the ER because he can't poop, and they do a CAT scan, and it turns out that he had a 7.5-inch water bottle stuck up his butt. How did it get there? Well,
The wife didn't do it.
he shoved it up there himself. But he shoved it up with the bottom first because he thought, oh, if I put the top, if the top is the last thing in, I can grab it to pull it out.
Oh, so he put the fat part in first.
Yes.
Oh, this is nasty.
And it your sphincter in your rectum, it's powerful. It goes, it sucks things up.
I don't know what a finker is. What? You're like air laughing. You're so red.
A sphincter, not a fincter.
I thought it was a finker.
A
Or maybe that's like how you would say it, like you know, if you were
a finker.
like in Britain, they're like, he thinks a lot. Like he's a good thinker, like thinker.
A sphincter.
Maybe someone from over the pond now is going to give me a bad review.
Oh, because you said. Well, they don't say F's for T's.
They don't?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, so that's like me hearing someone with a lisp that lives there and thinks everyone talks like
Yeah.
that there.
So anyway, a sphincter is the sphincter of your butthole.
That's like the outside, the rim?
No, it's inside.
Oh.
And when you like put something up, okay, so just so you know, in the ER we got to put rectal Tylenol in people a lot, right?
Is it a pill?
It's like it like softens up like a gel, but you shove it up their butt. Like
who does it? Do you give it to him and say, hey, shove this up there?
no, they're usually intubated or
But
something.
they already shoved. He's already capable of shoving stuff in his butt.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about what happens when you shove something up someone's butt. So you shove the
This is
Tylenol
nasty.
up their butt, and once it gets to a certain point, the sphincter closes up tight, and it pulls the Tylenol in, and you can feel it on your finger.
It's like a black hole.
It goes, it sucks it in there.
It makes that
So
noise?
that's what. No, I just made the noise.
Oh, because you made me nauseous.
Sorry. So that's what happened with the water bottle. He shoved it in there, thinking that if he leaves the cap part out, he would be able to grab it, but it sucked it on it and it got stuck in his large intestine.
He should
And
have put
so-
a rope at the end of it so he could like pull it
That
out.
would have been smart. Yeah.
Maybe like through the bottle cap. Yo, I can make bottles for people's butts that are like removable. Like, hey, bro.
Or if they just, I mean, if they were smart about it, they would use whatever, device has been invented for these things because there are multiple of them. So he goes he gets his CAT scan. They see this giant water bottle.
Did
through
he
the
just
CAT
tell him,
scan.
like, bro, I got a water bottle in my
No,
ass?
he was too embarrassed
But
because
they're going to find out.
his wife was with him. He was too embarrassed and he didn't want to say it in front of his wife or have his wife find out. So he just said he was constipated. And then they get the scan back and there's a picture of the scan. You can literally see it. And the water bottle is right there.
Was there water in it?
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, maybe actually because it could have collapsed. It's plastic. It could have collapsed if there wasn't water in it. So possibly.
But if the top is on, the air will keep it full.
Yeah, but you can. Oh, that's true. I guess it's not as bendable. So he gets embarrassed, and it made me think. And it ended up he goes to surgery. He gets it removed. Whatever. He's doing fine. After a month, he was completely fine. So, but it made me think about. Remember in the 90s when
They can't just go in there with like a needle nose pliers and be like, all right, just like spread them. Like go in there like a
it
long
was
needle
lodged
nose.
in his intestines at this point.
Yeah, but
In his colon, it was lodged in there. They had to surgically remove it.
there got to be an easier way than that.
I don't know. So this happens pretty often, actually. There, a lot of times in the ER, we have people come in with things, random objects stuffed up their butt. So
That's crazy.
do you remember? I don't know if you remember this, but in the 90s, there were rumors about Richard Gere. After
Do
Pretty
people stick hamsters in their ass and shit?
Yeah, that was Richard Gere. So after Pretty Woman came out, there was a rumor that Richard Gere went to the ER because he had a gerbil stuck up his butt, and it's called gerbling. And it's when people take a paper towel, the inside of one, the brown part inside the paper towel,
What the fuck?
and they put a gerbil in there, and then they shove it
this
up
went
your
the
butt.
wrong way.
So that rumor went around about Richard Gere. So when I read this article, I was like, I wonder if that is still like a rumor or if it's been proven wrong. So I looked it up on Snopes because Snopes.com is the best place to get information corrected if you need it. And it was false.
Or Instagram.
It was completely false. Richard Gere did not shove a gerbil up his butt. That was a complete fabrication. It was a
was a
total
cat.
lie.
So what happened was this prankster, this like anonymous prankster, started telling everybody that Richard Gere did this, saying that they worked at the hospital that this happened in. And then it ended up like catapulting Richard Gere's career.
Huh.
Because after Pretty Woman came out, this rumor came out, and then everyone was talking about him. And there's no such thing as bad publicity,
Oh my
bro.
God. And then like all the producers were like, hey, if I bring him to the casting couch, he'll do anything.
Literally, it was like huge for his career because everyone was talking about it. I remember being like a kid hearing about this. I was like in middle school when I heard about this. It completely catapulted his career because there's no such thing as bad publicity. And I found that so interesting. I mean, I figured it was probably a fake story, but like you never know. These Hollywood people, some of them are into some weird shit.
Well, because if you could do anything you want, I guess eventually you get bored because you already did everything.
Yeah, I guess they like have, if you're super rich, you probably do get bored pretty easily, I would think.
I wouldn't be bored because I could do whatever I want.
I know. So yeah. Well, those are all my articles that I had planned for this episode.
Maybe next time I'll bring some.
Yeah, you got to bring some to the table, man. We talked about this, and you were supposed to screenshot articles throughout the month of July, and you totally failed the assignment.
I forgot.
I followed the assignment.
I understood the assignment. Is
Yeah.
it like that song?
Oh, yeah, I understood the assignment. That's what I meant to say, but I got the quote wrong.
This is why you're never funny.
I know. I could have really been funny on that part. Damn it.
I know. Too bad we're not like big editors. Like, hey, go back and say that.
I know. That would have been a really good, like, haha, Jess made a joke. Perfect timing. Speaking of jokes, you guys have to watch Bill Burr's new special. I was so impressed with his new special. I really was. Did you like it as much as me?
He's always funny.
No, but did you
Because
like
he's
it
always
as
making
much
fun
as
of
me?
women, and I like making fun of women.
So, but you like making fun of women because it triggers me, and you enjoy triggering me.
I enjoy triggering everyone.
But you also really enjoy triggering me. And yes, he does. But the thing about him that's like comedic genius, same with Dave Chappelle, is that they can take any social issue and they can literally, no matter what side you're on, right? Whether you're right or left, whatever social issue it is, they can take it. And then they can somehow construct a joke that makes you go, you know what? I kind of see what that side is saying.
Yeah.
And you kind of see the other side through their joke, even though you don't agree with it. You don't agree with the other side at all, but it does make you question your stance on things sometimes.
Well, they're kind of like me where, like, sometimes I'll just figure out what you like, not you personally, and then say the opposite. Like,
because you love to trigger
if
people.
you're a Republican, I'll tell you I'm a Democrat. If you're a Democrat, I'll tell you a Republican. And I'll just like fuck with you.
Yeah.
Like, none of it means anything because, first of all, I probably don't want to talk anyway, but if I'm going to talk to you, I'm going to mess with you.
It's true. And that's the beauty of comedy. I feel like comedy, I just love comedy so much and comedy specials and stand up because it's like the one place we have left, which there's a lot of comics that are really pissed off and they're trying hard to keep this sacred space for you to be able to laugh about everything, even the cringiest of things. And I feel like comics right now are feeling a little under attack because of cancel culture. And they're all like, fuck that. Like, we have to keep strong with this. Like, you're allowed to say things that make people cringe.
Well, I don't like a lot of comedy now because the woke comedians are garbage. They don't necessarily go for laughs. They more go for claps. And that doesn't mean you're funny. That's like giving a speech. Like, we were at a comedy show and there was way too much talk about COVID.
Yeah, we go to a lot of comedy, and lately it's all been COVID.
Yeah, like, I understand touching on it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, one of the comedians joked that if you don't have a vaccine, they should kill you. And then, like, someone standing up and clapping. Like,
yeah, it's like, that's not even... regardless what you feel about the vaccine, like, it's just stupid.
Like,
it's not a funny joke.
Yeah, we need to have this anti-clown policy in New York. Like, a clown like that gets up and stands like, hey, bro, the circus been canceled. You're being deported out of New York.
I don't know. I feel like we go to a lot of comedy, and if you're ever in New York, you need to go to Comedy Cellar or Gotham. Both of those are really good. We frequent them sometimes. And it is true. Like, after 2020 even, comedy kind of changed a little bit in New York, especially.
You know what? No, I guess
in New York,
there's still a lot of good comedians. Like, and I like the ones that will say shit they don't necessarily even believe it.
No.
Like, it's just to fuck around. And, you know, sometimes I say stuff just because I think it's funny and I don't even mean it. And it makes Jess cringe. Like this episode when Jess backpedaled. What did I say? Oh, and he doesn't even live in New York no more. Like, Jess backpedaled out of that.
Yeah, it was
like, it's not that. Like, he doesn't. Or maybe.
No, he doesn't, technically. I mean, well, unless he's buried here.
But that's not living.
That's true. It's not living. But, yeah, I don't know. Comedy,
I just
definitely
fuck
go watch Bill Burr's special. And we watched Tom Segura today. He's pretty funny, too. He's a good one.
Yeah. All right. I don't want to talk anymore. I'm going to practice that. I think we should end like that. I don't want to talk anymore.
All right, Russ. Well, hopefully you guys like this. We might do it monthly. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it turns out. And we'll see the response we get if you guys like Start Spreading the News.
Jeez, if this fucking neighbor listens to this.
You're totally fucked.
I thought about the other day.
Should I edit it out?
No.
You want me to keep it in?
Oh, yeah, because then he'll never talk to me again.
He probably won't. He'll probably hate your
I
guts.
thought about the other day, how could I go live, but like not be obnoxious about it and just film him while he's talking? Like, and just see what he's doing to me. Let the world see.
You need a hidden camera.
Like those Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Yeah.
But what's more douchey than have a fucking camera on your glasses?
I don't know, like a pin. You could go to a spy store. That would be fun.
Yeah, but then I don't want to have a mission of having to talk to him.
True. All right, everybody. Well, we'll catch you next week on our regular episode. Follow us on Instagram at Wife of Crime Pod and Facebook at Wife of Crime The Crime Family, Patreon Wife of Crime The Crime Family, and TikTok at Wife of Crime Pod. Have a wonderful week. Talk to you later. Bye.
Peace.